Today we're speaking with Fohlafaj Designs. She's the CEO of Fohlafaj Designs. It's located in Lagos, Nigeria, and they specialize in female bespoke and ready-to-wear outfits. And they've been in business for 11 years. So you're welcome.
Thank
Yes,
you.
how is this first situation?
Oh
We know.
my God.
Okay, so just comment on that first.
It's the impact on businesses is really is horrible actually. But thankfully, I think in this, I don't know what band we are on. Maybe band A, because light has been kind of constant. At least we have like 15 hours every day.
Wow.
So I've not been thinking. We've not put on generator. Okay, we actually put on generator yesterday, maybe for an hour or there, but we needed to finish up something quickly. But in the past 2 weeks, we've not really had cause to buy for.
Wow.
So maybe we're one of the lucky. But of course, I know what other people are saying about it. The impact on businesses right now is really terrible. And I hope and pray that soon as things will normalize.
And you have to run your gen every day because of your machines, right? Because you can't run, you can't, you need generator, you need that power to carry them if there's no light.
Yeah, I was trying to say that for us, in like about 2 weeks, we haven't had cost to put on the generator.
Okay.
The 15 hours we have light, we manage, what we want to do between that those hours. And when, light goes out, we do other things, to buy time till it's being restored. So we're just trying to manage the situation so we wouldn't have to go stores for fuel and queue endlessly. Trust me, it's not funny.
So let's even talk about that. How is the impact on that of that the cost? Does it raise your cost high, and how do you manage that cost? Do you transfer it to the customer? Because you can't sit down and be waiting for light NEPA all the time, which is electricity. And if there's no power for, like, we're not power for 4 or 5 days now, and I still
Okay.
have to work. So I'm using an
Yeah.
inverter. In fact, I ran down all my batteries on the inverter. It's solar powered. I ran down everything. Now I have to take one out to a friend's place because I don't use a generator
Oh, okay.
currently. Yes, I use for like 2 years. I've been using the inverter. So, but we're not live for 4 days. So I run down all my batteries. Now it's
Yeah.
charging, so I could, I'm using it, but when it's fully charged, I run the batteries.
Yeah.
So So how do you do the extra cost you incur from the generator cost? How do you manage that? Do you transfer it to the customer? How do you do that?
Well, it depends for our kind of job. Presently, the orders we're working on presently are orders we are taking before the full scarcity, and we already build them. So you're not going to go back to the client now and say, "Oh, there's no fuel," or fuel has increased and you need to pay me money. Trust me, a typical Nigerian will not answer you. They will just tell you, "I thought we already the deal has been sealed." So I think that's one of the things we need to deal with as business owners. Unforeseen, circumstances like this. The only thing we can implement right now is if somebody's just bringing a job right now, and we can now, put it on that and say, okay, there's full scarcity. Like this morning, I was going to dispatch something to Ikorodu, and I use a particular dispatch company. They have a website, so you place your orders on the website and all, and it was stated there that your delivery will be delayed. Initially, it used to be between 24, hours and all that, but they had to write it there that because of, notes, because of full scarcity, your delivery will be delayed for 48 hours or more. And I understood, and I, immediately communicated it to my client to say, because of this, your delivery might not get to you as at the time it will get to you, because the delivery company too, they have to source for fuel and all that. But for us, I think it's been fair on us so far. That's why I rightly said that we are one of the lucky few. In the past 2 weeks, we've had light for like 15 hours. As you can see, this is light. I got to the office this morning and I met light. So for now, it's not really affecting us, so to say, because I tell my people there's light now. Okay, everything we need light to do, let's get to it right now. And when power is no more, we do other things that we really don't need, like maybe cutting, and a few other things, just to buy time and to augment. So
But that will be eating
I'm
into
speaking
your
personally.
profit margins, right? It's gonna raise your costs and you'll reduce your profits.
Definitely, definitely,
Wow.
it will eat into the profit margin.
I want to go back to how we met some years back.
Okay.
So I
Yes.
remember, yeah, because I have an eye for quality, actually. So I remember I went to cover a client's father's burial in Ondo States, and you went with us, and
Yes.
she happened to be your client too. And one of the days I like the outfits she wore, they were nice. But one of the days she wore this white feathered dress, which I can't forget. And it was so beautiful. And I looked I just kept on staring at it. So I had to ask her, who made the dress? And she pointed to you that, you're the one that made the dress. And I was really blown away. I said, wow, this is really good. That's, anytime I have the opportunity, I have to blow your trumpets. And
Wow.
I know you're very busy, and I want to appreciate you for making out time for this interview. I know you're always very busy. So that outfit
My
was so
pleasure.
nice, and some of your other outfits are really, really nice. Really, so kudos to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
How did you get into fashion? Is it something you always wanted to do, or did you stumble into it?
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Baby. Thank you for this opportunity. It means a whole lot to us as a brand. So fashion designing for me was not something I stumbled into. So growing up as a young girl, I always loved to look good. I always loved colors. I was fashionable. Growing up, I wanted to choose what I wanted to wear. Growing up, our mothers would enforce, certain things on us. This is how they wanted you to look. Mine was different. I want to look the way I want to look. And at the time, my mom just gave up on me and said, "This one, she's just different." So growing up for me, I loved fashion. I loved color combinations. I wanted to combine things myself. So I had this innate, ability, and so I think I grew up with that passion. And so what really drove me into fashion designing? Um, at the time, I had issues with my tailors not giving me what I wanted. Usually I would have pictures in my head of how I want to look, and I still do that till today. For every event, for every outfit I wear, I picture it in my mind. I picture myself in that look in my mind, like I have a mental picture of it before I even bring it to life. So growing up, I found it difficult to express it to most of my tailors. No matter how I tried to describe what I wanted, they never really got it, and it was an issue for me. So I just felt okay. So I got to a point and I was like, okay, I'm fed up. So I think since I'm the only one that understands how I want to look and how I want to go about it, I need to learn how to sew. And that was the origin for me. So
Okay.
I visited it. There was this very fashionable lady that had a shop on my dad's street. I started off from a normal tailor shop, before I graduated to a fashion school and all that. So she was fashionable. I loved the way she looked. She would wear African wear. She would tie gele. She was the first tailor that she would wear her clothes. She would tie gele as if she's going this South African round gele. I admired her from afar. I didn't know who she was. So one day I was like, this is the kind of person I think I want to learn from. So I approached her and I told her, okay, I wanted to learn. And that was it. And here we are today.
Wow, here we are. So, and you have amazing designs many, many years later. What's the difference between a tailor and a fashion designer? Because I heard you mention tailor.
Oh, okay. So, of course, typical Nigerian. Growing up, before fashion designing, went let me say viral, quote unquote. I remember back then, as a graduate or an undergraduate, when people see you learning work, they just look at you like, maybe she can't cope with academics. People just tagged people, that learn work, maybe artisans, you're a barber, you're a tailor, they just feel that it's either you're less privileged, your parents don't want to send you to school and you just resort to, going to learn work. They just tag you as you are less privileged. Not now that even people masters holders are going to learn, So for me, technically, what's the difference between a tailor and a fashion designer? A tailor practically sews. They are the one that puts the fabric together. You pick one fabric and you join it and you make something out of it. But a fashion designer designs it. Like what I rightly just explained to you, like I have a mental picture of what I want. I put a pen and a paper or a pencil and a drafting material and I draw it. I put down the pictorial, representation to say this is how I'm thinking about it. I put it down. You can be a fashion designer and you might not be a tailor. And you can be both. I know people who design, but they don't know how to sew. Do you understand?
Yeah.
They know the rudiments. They can bring it, they can picture it in their mind. They can put it on paper, but they might not be able to put it together. Do you understand? So you can be a fashion designer and a tailor. You can be both of them. You design it, you bring it to life, you sew it together. I think that's what I am. Yes, because I can picture it in my mind. I know this is what I want. I can pen it down and I can also sew. But there are some people that they can put the graphics design down and they might not be able to. They need somebody else to implement what they have put down. So technically, I think for me, that's the difference between a tailor and a fashion. And you can also be a tailor and not be a designer. Do you understand? You can be a fashion designer and not be a tailor. You can be a tailor and not be a designer. And you can also be both. So I hope I've answered your question.
It's very, very clear. Very, very clear. Even the design is in the name, fashion design. So it's understandable.
Yeah. So
how do you get inspiration? Because you said you have ideas in your head, and so how do you get your inspiration?
Yeah, a lot of things inspire me. I get inspired by nature. You can also be inspired by somebody else's design. I hope you know that.
Yeah.
That instead of copying verbatim, copying this designer's work, I can get inspired by what this person has done and I create something out of what he or she has done. And I can also come again.
It's like copy and improve.
Exactly. So inspirations can come from anything. For me, I could be inspired by nature. I could be walking on the streets and I just see something, maybe trees, and I just say, okay, colors. I love to combine colors. If you look through our catalogs, our works on Instagram, you see that I love to play with colors and I love bright colors. So of course, colors inspire me, nature inspire me, a lot of things inspire me. People inspire me, shapes inspire me. I can look at you and say, okay, it will inspire the kind of outfit I want to make for you. Your shape, how you look. So a whole lot of things inspire me. And of course, my greatest inspiration is from God.
Yeah. I think to some extent, there are some things that are gifts, but we don't really know that. You understand? Because even sometimes when I sleep and I wake up and I'm thinking of something I want to do, I just have ideas in my head, and I just
That's inspiration.
So I think it's a gift from God first before other, because some other people may not have such kind of inspiration.
Absolutely.
And our school system doesn't teach us how to discover, our gifts, which is another topic for another day. I don't want to go into all that. So
yeah.
the material I'm wearing now is I actually got it from you.
Yeah.
And you told me you don't sew for men. So it's a two-part question. So first, where do you get your materials from? Because I got some materials from you, which I So where do you get your materials from? I know, I think you import some of them, which you told me about. So where do you get your materials from? Why don't you sew for men? Why do you
Okay.
sew for women only?
All
Yes.
right. So I'll start with your first question. Where do we source our materials from? We source our materials from Nigeria because we like to promote the, African culture and the Nigerian heritage. So basically, one of the major fabric we use in our production, even though we do bespoke tailoring where people bring in laces and all, our major fabric we use here for Lafayette. I'm sure if you look behind me, you'll see some stack of Ankara fabric. So for us, number one, top on our list is Ankara fabric. We do a little bit of a durable. For now, we're not deep into it. We source our material from Lagos Island, Oshodi. We have people who import this, fabrics. We're trusting God that, in a later future, we can also, either import or also print here in Nigeria, trusting God that the economy will be good enough, and encourage, businesses like that. And we also get other materials like silk, like chiffon, like lycra, some other sample for like laces from Aba. We have vendors who we order from Aba. So basically, Lagos Island, Tejo still once in a while, Oshodi, and Aba for now. That's your first question. What's the second question again?
Why don't you sew for men?
Okay, the female fashion is a very, how do I call it now? Female fashion in itself is wide and very broad that we have not even earnest. And I feel that we're not even doing so much in the female world. And I want us to earnest that, that particular sector before we dive into the male sector. I don't want us to be distracted. You understand? I feel that if we merge the female and the male fashion together for now, we'll be a little distracted. So we want to just stay focused. As we expand, tentacles, I believe that we'll be able to dive into the male world. God helping us.
Wow, that's good. I notice you're always very busy. So how do you get your jobs?
Okay. Over the years, number one top on our list is referrals. Referrals, because we don't have a physical store for now. We're trusting God that before the year runs out, we'll be able to have our first physical store here in Lagos, Nigeria, West Africa. And then one other thing I try as much as possible to do is that for every time I want to go out, I wear something made from the brand. I'm a walking, mannequin. I carry the brand on my head. I carry the brand everywhere. Like the shirt I'm wearing now is made by us. After this interview, I'm going out. I could see somebody could admire me on the way. I say, "Oh, I love your shirt. What did you make?" I just tell them straight up, we are the maker. So number one, number one is that I make sure that everywhere I go, I make sure that maybe on very few occasions, because even though I make clothes, people still gift me clothes. I have people who travel out, and when they're coming, sometimes I wonder, like, why do you people still gift me clothes? I make clothes, but it's a gift and I have to wear them. But on a scale of 1 to 10, 9/10, every time you see Fohlafaj, I'm wearing something made by us, our own make. So that's a form of advertisement for us. Social media, we've been, trying to leverage on the power of social media too. It's been greatly helpful. Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp story, WhatsApp status, and of course, referral.
There's this recurrent problem that people have with tailors.
Okay.
They don't usually meet up with time. So clothes are usually already late. That one is a really, really a very common problem. So I'd like you to address that. Does that happen to you? Why does that happen? How do you solve that problem?
Okay, to be candid, has it happened to us? Yes. We're not gonna come live and prove and make it look as if we are saints. Has it happened before? Yes. Does it still happen? Not anymore. because it makes people perceive you as incompetent. So number one, don't take more than you can chew. I know that there are unforeseen, contingencies that you cannot you might, like what's happening presently. 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, we didn't have fuel issue, you know, and work was going on normally, and all of a sudden there's fuel scarcity. Maybe a job you would have done maybe in 2 3 days, now you don't have fuel. Like I was rightly telling you that some for some weeks we've been lucky to have at least about 15 hours of light. How about those who don't have? And they go to queue endlessly. I'm just trying to, to weigh both sides. I'd already said, don't take more than you can chew. But sometimes there are some things that are just beyond you, and you can't, you really don't have power over them. Like the state of the economy right now, for scarcity, it can delay, production and delivery. So, bottom line, you need to communicate with your clients. Like at a time like this, if you are giving them a date and you see that the date is fast approaching, and for some certain reasons, you cannot meet up, I think number one on the list is communicate. Let them know what's happening. Don't let them wait till, don't wait till the dying minute before you now say, oh, it's not my fault, it's NEPA, or are you not in Nigeria, and all that. So I know Nigerian tailors are tagged as disappointers. And I've experienced it before I became, a fashion designer, before I started sewing. So I feel that some tailors take more than they can handle, and that also causes disappointment. So bottom line, your capacity, what you can do. Stay within your capacity. Don't overburden yourself so it doesn't lead to disappointment.
But if the dress is for a like a party, and the party has a date, and there's disappointment, and it goes beyond that date, what happens?
The client comes to shout on you, and trust me, you've lost the client. That's what happens. You lose a client.
How do you resolve that? Do you refund their money, or?
If you've made the dress, you might not have to refund. You might have to do you might have to do tons of apology.
Wow.
To apologize, for whatever you've caused. But trust me, the party cannot be redone, because somebody didn't make their clothes.
Wow.
So I don't think that has ever happened to us. I can't remember if we've disappointed that we could not deliver, for the event that cloth was made for. Maybe we could not deliver at the date, but not disappointing up to the client not being able to wear the cloth for the event that the outfit was made for. Yes.
Can you tell us any example of any bad situation you've had that you felt that you resolved eventually?
Yeah, bad. When you mean bad, can you just
like something going wrong but beyond your control, like you didn't expect it to happen?
Okay, yeah. So something happened in December. Recently, December, I was really sick, very sick. So for now, I don't allow my team to. They don't cut for me. I cut to avoid stories that touch. Cutting is very essential when it comes to making an outfit, and then it's what you cut that you eventually sew. So when it comes to the cutting aspect, that's my major work. That's what I do. And so I was actually sick for about a week. I was admitted, and I was in the hospital. I could not cut, and this particular woman's clothes was with us. If I had cut, I could vouch that she wanted to use it for, I think, birthday photo shoot, which was actually slated for a particular day. But she had reached out and had said, "Ma, I'm not, I'm indisposed at the moment, and we couldn't get the clothes done for that particular day." But I now gave her a new date, which she had to now change. She was really angry. She was mad because the photographer had given her a time, I think an appointment. You're a photographer now, so you know what that means.
Yeah.
I'd given her an appointment. I already booked an appointment for her, and we could not meet up with that day. And I had to beg her. She was really angry that no, whatever. She was mad at us. But so when we were done with the clothes, I particularly carried the clothes and took it to our house, just for and I had to apologize to her that and all that, So I think for in recent time, that's I think the most how
Yeah,
do I call it?
I understand. And I know
Yeah,
the feeling really, because some things are out
yeah.
of our control sometimes.
Yeah, so I just had to beg her. Usually, would I could send someone or tell her, "Oh, your clothes are ready. You can come pick them." So after the episode, I felt okay. Was going to honor her for me to carry the clothes. So I took it to our house, and I had to say we're sorry. I was not around at this time. It was beyond me, and I didn't want them to cut your clothes on my behalf. I wanted to be the one, doing it and all that, and eventually we're good. We're cool. And at least she has patronized us after that incident. So I believe that we are cool.
That's the good part. So
Yeah,
in the past and still currently or occasionally when I do business with some people, business is risk, right? You do
absolutely.
business, you get an advance, then you deliver the job, then you expect a balance. So there's risk on both sides because I like to balance things. So
Yeah,
I've seen situations where client pays someone and the person runs away with the advance. Not so many, but I've seen
true,
it.
true.
And the person can be chasing the vendor, all over the place. And I've seen situations where the client still refuses to pay. So I've had a few instances where I finished the job, I got an advance and delivered the job, the album and all of the products. And the client refused to pay the balance. And when the client wanted to give me another job at a later date, I added that to the invoice, the balance. And she got upset, threatened she's not going to give me a job again. So I want to know, have you had that experience in your business where a client refused to pay you after a satisfactory job was done? There were no issues and there was some balance, let's say 20, 30% or whatever your balance was left, and the client refused to pay you. And what did you do if that happened?
Okay, thank you. On top of my head, I don't think I've experienced outright non-payment after a satisfactory job. When I mean outright, like the person didn't get to pay me, but we have experienced delayed payment after you've delivered. I know people we made dresses for that they want the dresses to party 1 month and 2 months after, and they keep telling you, "Oh, don't worry, I've not forgotten you." And sometimes I just wonder why are you doing this? This is not nice. Like we took our time to do this job. A lot of hours went into this job, and you are satisfied. You've worn the outfit to this party or to your occasion, and why are you not paying? So for us, I think we've not experienced outright not paying, like after a satisfactory job. What we've experienced is delayed to remind the customer. That's the best you can do, because you cannot shout, you cannot fight. By the time you start fighting, they tag you, they tag you as, "Oh, that rude tailor. She's very rude." And the impression they're going to give people about you, they won't tell the whoever is listening to the story their own side of the story. To say, "Oh, she made me a dress, I wore it, I didn't pay." They won't tell the whoever is listening. They will say, "Oh, she's rude because I didn't pay her. Because I was owing her 5,000 naira, 10,000 naira. She was rude to me." So most times we're just patient, and we pray. We pray for our clients, and we just pray that God will touch their hearts, and they will pay our money. That's the best we've done, honestly. But I cannot remember if we've experienced, like, after a satisfactory job and you just hold on to our money and you don't intend paying and you don't eventually pay. No, we haven't experienced that.
Okay. If you had the opportunity to be a fashion designer in any part of the world, which country would you like to work in and why?
Country.
Yes.
UK, United States.
Why?
No.
No, one
United
country.
Kingdom. I mean.
Okay, UK,
United
United
Kingdom.
Kingdom. Yes, yes, yes. So
United
why?
Kingdom. Because they have a larger populations of Nigerians, and
Wow.
anywhere Nigerians are fashionable. Nigerians are naturally fashionable people. They don't want to carry last anywhere. So if I have the opportunity of relocating right now, I want to choose because of my fashion business. I would go to the United Kingdom.
But you're not targeting the white people now. You're
Yeah,
targeting
I'm not targeting
Nigerians.
them. I'm targeting Nigerians. The whites are not white.
They
How
are
do I put
simple.
this? Whites are not fashion crazy like us.
Okay.
Nigerians are fashion crazy.
Hmm.
Nigerians, see, a white lady can look at a silk material and just sew it and wear it on a wedding day. She doesn't mind. She's good to go. But a typical Nigerian blood, we want to see the dazzling effect. We want to see the crystal stones. We want to see. When it comes to fashion, please, please give it up to
Nigerians, yeah, I agree.
give it
I
up to
agree.
Nigerians.
I agree.
Even I know fashion designers that they live outside Nigeria, but their fashion business is thriving here in Nigeria.
Wow.
Yes. I don't want to mention names, as in they don't live in this continent. They live outside. They live in Europe. They live in North America. That's where they are based with their family. But their businesses, fashion businesses, are here, and they are making money.
But they are Nigerians, right?
They are Nigerians,
Okay.
but they don't live here.
I
They are
understand.
Nigerians. They don't live here, but their target market is Nigerians.
Does that
Very
influence
few.
what they charge? Does that influence, like, people here now? Are
Yeah.
you charging less than they would charge because they are abroad?
Of course, they charge you in dollars.
Oh, okay.
They charge their clients in dollars,
And the customers are here in Nigeria.
and the customers are here in Nigeria. Yes.
So what stands out their designs? What makes them different?
Most of them make couture designs.
Okay, what's that?
Couture designs are designs where an outfit can cost you about 10 million naira or even more.
Wow.
And they are made for high class people. All these e.g. celebrities, maybe a president's daughter, a popular, a popular actor, musician, a billionaire, they don't want to, you don't want to see. Have you ever seen, let me say our Messi Aigbe?
Okay.
You would not see her repeat an outfit.
Okay.
They don't. They see it as an insult. And most times, after they wear an outfit for a design, the designer put it up for sale, and you see people almost killing themselves over these designs. Like, so couture designs are for high-end people, high-end users.
Okay.
Top class people, celebrities,
Yeah.
billionaires, and the likes of them.
Do you need a special skill for that? Do you have to learn something else?
Not really special skills. I think most of the couture designs are usually embedded with rhinestones, stud. Yes, and those are expensive diamonds. They are not just plain fabrics. Yes, so yes.
That explains a lot. Well, I want to talk about money. So not you specifically. I want to have an idea of what a fashion designer, an experienced person, somebody, yes, has probably done like a decade.
Okay.
An idea, like a range of what they could make in a month, based on your experience in Nigeria.
Okay. Someone on my level or someone higher than me, someone
on your level.
Someone on my level.
Yes.
Okay. Say in the past 1-2 years, in some months we could do 500.
Okay.
It depends on the sales. Yeah, and like you rightly introduced, we do ready to wear, and we do bespoke. Some months our ready to wear sales could skyrocket. We could have orders from, maybe the United States, maybe from Canada, So it depends. From month to month, it fluctuates.
Oh.
On your sales. Yes, it does. Some months you could do, I think in recent time, we've done about 700 in a month. And some months it could be as low as 200, but I'm not sure we've ever done below 200. Yes, say in the past 1 year or two. I'm not sure we've done below 200 a month, but there are months we do 500 and above. But I'm not sure we've hit the 1 million mark in a month. So
what's the next plan? What's the next level for your business, and what do you need to take you there?
the next level is that we need a physical store. We want to really leverage on the power of sight. There's something about people seeing you, not just online. People driving past and seeing your name, they might not buy immediately, but the moment they drive past, they see Fohlafaj and they drive again, they see you. One day they will want to stop by. Do you understand? The power of seeing. Vision is very powerful. So we top on our list right now is our physical store where people can bump in. You have an event, you just walk in and pick a dress, pick a pants, pick a top, pick a jacket, off the rack, and you are gone. You don't have to you don't have to wait. You just come, pick what you want. I have an event tomorrow. I know I can get something at Fohlafaj store. You're driving down there, you're picking what you want. So that's top on our list right now, and we're trusting God. We need a whole lot of funds to get that into reality, and we trust
I
that it will
totally
come
agree.
true.
Is it better to learn fashion design by the apprenticeship model, that you work with someone that is already experienced for like 2 years, 3 years, or you go to a fashion school? Which is better?
Both. I've experienced both, and I would really tell you both. For me, both.
Okay.
But since fashion school is the in thing, if you get a very good fashion school that can teach you from the rudiments from scratch, they're also good. But for me, I experienced both, and I do not have regrets.
What does success mean to you? When you say you're successful, how do you interpret that in your own perspective?
One word.
No, not one word.
I want to answer it with one word.
Oh, okay.
Fulfillment.
So break it down.
When you're fulfilled, you're successful.
So when you don't have money and you're fulfilled, are you still successful?
Success is not money.
Oh, okay.
Don't equate success with money. Okay. Some people have money and they are not. I don't want to use they are not successful, because the people use money and success side by side. There's more to being successful than just having money. So it takes you to have that money and have fulfillment for you to say that you're successful. That's why I said I'm just going to use one word. Fulfillment is everything in life. I know people who have gone to Harvard, the best university in the world, and they come out and they are not fulfilled.
I think is it not how they define it? Maybe the standards they have is too high.
That's why.
Some people have money too. Some people have money they are not fulfilled too. There's something else they're missing, which they
that's what I'm saying, that fulfillment. When you get to that point and you feel that you are fulfilled, I'm fulfilled. I might not have everything, but I think I'm at that point where I'm trying to get another word for the word fulfillment. You're at peace. You don't have everything you want, but you're still fulfilled. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get it.
The truth is we might not have everything we ever desire. I can't explain that. I'm not God. But you get to a point where whether I have this particular thing or I don't have it, I feel at rest. I feel I'm okay. Then that's success for me. We use success to be successful and to have money, interchangeably. I say, oh, that man is successful, yeah, because he has money, But for me, that's not what success is.
I think is the way we see money. I think money is just a tool. It's just neutral. I think money is like an ingredient, one of the ingredients for success, but it's not the only ingredient. Job
Absolutely.
satisfaction.
Yes.
Job. Like I look forward to Mondays, where some people look forward to Fridays, because I have that
Yeah.
job satisfaction. Even if I'm doing a free job or I volunteer or I'm not making much, there's that excitement. Okay, I want to try a new idea, try something new. So there's the joy that you get. I understand the feeling. It's that fulfillment you get from doing the job that you love to do.
It could be just being satisfied with what you have. It could be family satisfaction.
Yeah.
You're okay. You're satisfied with the state of things,
Okay.
the state of your life part time. I think that's success for me. Like, I'm good.
Okay. So I have one. I have one that I was thinking about. So I covered an event for he's a fashion designer. So I covered his birthday, and I noticed he's doing very very well. You understand? He has a shop in Ikoyi, he has a shop, in on Allen Avenue and all that. So, as something was going on in my mind, and I said, okay, I'll ask the question when I have the chance. If two people start out in the fashion industry and they're doing maybe in the same area, and 20 years down the line, one person is very successful and the other person is not, what could you attribute that to?
For me, our journey in life is different. So I don't equate my journey. Yeah, I don't base my progress or my speed or my achievement based on another person. Some of us started from -0. Some people started from +50. And if you put both of them on the same pedestal, you'll be very unfair.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you have a point. Some people have some leverage, family support, and some kind of support.
And where some do not have.
Yeah.
I started sewing from my father's house in my room.
Wow.
I wish I had a picture of that thing. I was going to, share my story about it.
Sure, you should start taking pictures now.
Yeah, no,
Now,
no. I
yeah.
even have some. Before we moved here, we were somewhere very smaller than this, and my cutting table could not even my room could not accommodate my cutting table, so I would practically cut outside under the sun. There are days that rain had beaten my table. Yes, I have pictures and I have videos. Yes.
Wow.
So I don't think it's sometimes I think for me, instead of me to compare, I would find reasons that will spur me to do more, be encouraged, or be challenged. But comparison for me, no, it's a no. I know people who started off in fashion industry 4 years ago, e.g. Vicky James. She started
Yeah.
off 4 years. Our brand clocked 4 years. I've been sewing for 11 years. And in 4 years, she's done so much. I follow her. I follow the things she does. I'm inspired by her. I'm not going to run a race with mine. Our races are different, you understand? Yeah. In the eyes of everybody, she might, appear to have been successful more than I am. Fine. But that's about now. I don't know what the next 1 year or 2 year will say about my brand too.
Yeah.
So be inspired. Don't compare. Don't compare your race, your journey, your business journey with people, another person's own. Instead, be inspired, be encouraged by what they're doing.
Thank you so much. In fact, that's the best way to end the interview. Thank you so much. So I want to commend your effort, what you're doing. You're doing a great job. I tell you all the
Thank
time.
you. Yes, you do.
You are probably one of the smartest people I've met, smartest ladies I've met.
Oh,
Yes, because even the way you answer questions, it's simplistic.
thank you.
It's simplistic
Thank
and
you.
it's not complicated. That's how life should be, simple. So you're doing a great job. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Anyway, I can support you, let me know. And
Thank you.
I really love to support. I want to see you have a factory. I've mentioned it before. I want you to have a
Yes.
factory ready to wear line. So the money
Yes.
will be coming in. Let the money be flowing,
Amen.
because you're putting in all the
Amen.
work. So
Amen.
all the best, and
Thank you so much.
have a great day.
Thank you so much. Was a great I had a great time
Me
in
too.
the session.
Me
Thank
too.
you very much.
Okay, take care.
Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Bye.